Please remain standing for the singing of O Canada and for our University of Calgary honor song.
True patriot love
Good afternoon and welcome. It is my honor to declare this convocation officially convened. Please take your seats. My name is Deborah Yedlin, and I'm Chancellor of the University of Calgary. Welcome to what I expect could be the loudest and rowdiest convocation ceremony this week. What else can you expect when you have kinesiology grads in the room? Right? It's so great to see everyone here this afternoon, here to support our graduates, that each of you have helped throughout their journey through their studies at UCalgary. So graduates, look up into the bleachers, find your friends, your family, your partners, and give them a round of applause for all their support through your time at UCalgary. On to the mechanical stuff. We're going to start with a quick safety briefing. In the event of a fire alarm, please remain seated while we investigate. If an evacuation is required, we ask that you follow the instructions of the ushers and the marshals to the nearest stairwell and exit the building. Emergency exits are located on the upper track level behind me on the north wall and also at the court level. You can also exit the gymnasium on the upper level at the southwest corner. Before we continue, I'd also like to note the following. The wearing of masks is optional, and we support your choice to wear one when you're in the building. And we've decided to keep a new tradition that we started last November. When you cross the stage, instead of shaking hands with me, please lift your hand to touch your cap to acknowledge the platform party. This reduces the probability of this convocation being a super spreader. And of course, it saves on hand sanitizer. So please tip your hat as you cross the stage. Acknowledging our history and traditional lands is an important step towards reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. And today we are gathered together on the traditional territories of the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nation. The City of Calgary is also home to Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. And I'd also like to note that the University of Calgary is situated on land adjacent to where the Bow River meets the Elbow River, and that the traditional Blackfoot name of this place is Mohkinstsis, which we now call the City of Calgary. It's a pleasure to welcome you all here today, and in the spirit of our Start Something awareness campaign, we're starting a new tradition at our convocation ceremonies. When there are no honorary doctorates being awarded, we have decided to invite an individual who is a leader in their field, someone who brings important ideas and perspectives grounded in their experiences to offer remarks and inspire our graduates, and that includes retiring deans of faculties. There are many of us here today of a certain vintage who don't remember our convocation speaker or the messages they left with us, and we aim to change that. And today, we're so excited to hear from Dr. Penny Werthner, the Dean of Kinesiology, who will be stepping down from her position later this year. I'm also pleased to welcome Cody Church, the Vice Chair, as representative to the University of Calgary Board of Governors, Chair, members of our Board of Governors, members of our University Senate, members of our senior leadership team, Dr. Terry Balzer, University of Calgary Provost and Vice President Academic, executive members of our Students' Union and Graduate Students Association, and a very warm welcome to a past honorary degree recipient, Roger Jackson, also an Olympic medalist from the 1964 Olympics as a rower in a pair. We also warmly welcome our distinguished graduate, Holly Singer. A special welcome to professors and staff from Graduate Studies, the Faculty of Kinesiology, and the Faculty of Science. It's incredible to be here today, in person, together. And we're celebrating a milestone, made all the more meaningful by your resilience as you all navigated some very trying circumstances. It wasn't easy studying during a pandemic. And despite the best of intentions and efforts, there were many experiences that were missed by virtue of being confined to online platforms. You are all to be congratulated for your perseverance and determination that have brought you to this day. To our kinesiology graduates, I'm a sports nut. I watch, I participate, and I believe in the connection of sport and physical activity to mental health and well-being. As a kid and as an adult, throughout my life, sport has also helped me to sit still. But I also believe in the importance of sport to teach resilience, discipline, and the ability to recover from failure. And as Chancellor, I'm so proud that the Faculty of Kinesiology is once again, for the third year in a row, the #1 school for sports science in North America. And I tell everyone, every chance I get. It's a school where so many innovative things are happening, whether it's turning us into walking sensors, as Reed Ferber would like to do, to better understand activity, or the leading-edge concussion research being done by Carolyn Emery, or the Alberta Cancer Exercise Program that helps cancer patients get through their treatments on schedule. This faculty is doing great things. It's keeping people healthy, mentally and physically, and helping them recover. And finally, we're speaking about the connection of physical activity to mental health. Some of us have known that for a long time, but it's taken a while for it to be more widely accepted. The Faculty of Kinesiology is home to some amazing athletes, past, present, and future, athletes who compete at the national and international stages. To our Faculty of Science graduates, I have 2 words: science matters. If the last 2 years have taught us one thing, it's this: science and basic science matters. At first, we had no vaccine, and then the scientists got to work, translating the building blocks from basic research into a vaccine that has helped save lives around the world. Without basic research, we might not all be sitting here together today. Yet there still exists a mindset that wants science to be solely focused on solving problems rather than pursuing basic research. The truth is, both coexist, the basic science and the applied science. They are symbiotic, and it's true for every scientific discipline. And I know you will apply your knowledge to solving more of the world's grand challenges as you graduate, from public health to climate change. No pressure, but some of us are kind of counting on you. And to our graduate studies students, I know how hard you've worked and the challenges you've overcome. Grad school is a time to forge connections that turn into collaborations when you embark on your careers, and COVID really prevented that from happening. But I salute your discipline, your focus, and adaptability, and you should be proud of your accomplishments. My term as Chancellor finishes at the end of this month, and it's a role I've enjoyed immensely. And that's due to the fact that education was a constant theme in my life from the time I was young until today. My mother was one of the first tenured professors at the University of Alberta, where she completed her PhD, and my dad, who completed a master's degree in history, also at the University of Alberta, taught at the Jewish Day School in Edmonton. They both came to Canada from Poland with nothing. They didn't speak English, and yet they built a life for my brother and I through education by acquiring it and then being educators themselves. As educators, my parents told us their gift was an education. What we did with it was up to us. And you now have that gift too. Whatever field you're graduating from or whatever field you're about to enter, I hope you use its tremendous potential to set you on a path to better understand an issue or a problem so that you can find a solution. Graduates, don't forget the hows and the whys. They're critical to scientific discovery. I'm sure you already know that. And don't be afraid to take risks or make mistakes. As Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And the mistakes, they're your teachers. They are not your undertakers. Use the knowledge you now have, coupled with the resilience you've shown acquiring it during a pandemic, to get to where you really want to be. And despite what you might feel right now, there is no rush. Sometimes it takes time. As my father used to say, a longer road can be short, while a short road can turn out to be rather long. To the graduates of the University of Calgary's class of 2022, enjoy the journey. Don't be afraid to take the long road, and congratulations. I'd now like to invite President and Vice Chancellor Ed McCauley to come forward and address Convocation.
Thank you, Chancellor Yedlin. Graduates, honored guests, staff, and alumni, good afternoon, and welcome to our campus for a very special occasion. I'd like to start by acknowledging something that 30 months ago I never thought I would, that we are here together. The first convocation since 2019 where graduands are joined by family and friends. And I know how much that means. And I know that COVID transformed your university experience, whether academic, social, overnight, it was turned upside down. And I know it wasn't easy, not for you or your families. and I salute your resilience. I commend your adaptability, and I admire your determination. I know that you've gone through thick and thin to be here, and I hope it makes your achievement that we celebrate today that much more satisfying. In a few moments, you'll cross this stage to become a graduate of the University of Calgary, moving from student to alumni with one piece of paper. And it's a moment you'll remember. The late nights and stress will all be forgotten because you will have achieved your goal. A degree, and every member of the university community honors your achievement, celebrates it. We say we're a place to start something, and on an institutional level, we are. But it's on the individual level that starting something becomes much more profound. And each and every one of you is going to do that tomorrow. Perhaps you'll start a new career or the next step in your academic journey. Maybe you'll start to explore or start your own enterprise. Whatever you decide to start, I have every confidence that you will succeed because you already have. How each of you arrived here, I know is different. And as you cross this stage to receive your parchment, know that everyone here is acknowledging your journey, your resilience, and your accomplishment. You will join a family of 200,000 strong University of Calgary alumni. And like any family, each new member, each and every one of you makes it stronger. In a few moments, I'll share a few stories in this room. But before I do, I would like to acknowledge Deborah Yedlin, Chancellor of the University of Calgary. This will be her last convocation as Chancellor, and I want to thank her for her contributions, her incredible dedication, and for being a champion in our community. Thank you so much, Deborah. Deborah mentioned her passion for sports. We're still working on who she's going to quote in terms of aspirations, but that'll come. But given Deborah's passion for sports, the students, faculty, and staff during her tenure here as Chancellor have raised their game to a new level. Earlier this year, we became the youngest university to enter the prestigious top 5 research universities in Canada. We continue to improve student experience, beating the national average in 7 out of 10 metrics. And though we are not the biggest university or the oldest, the University of Calgary creates more startup companies than any university in Canada, bar none. And you have been a part of all of this. You helped make it happen. And I would like to thank you so much for your contributions. Everyone who crosses this stage has achieved a real accomplishment, and the entire university community celebrates each individual achievement. But there are a few that warrant an even more special celebration. Could I please ask Melissa McElroy to stand and give us a wave? Melissa, could you please stand and give us a wave? She's about to receive a Bachelor of Kinesiology, and Melissa is a former ballet dancer and came to UC Calgary as a mature student. She's shown great perseverance getting here and staying here. And despite extremely long odds, only 64 of 2,000 applicants were selected. She was accepted to the Northern Ontario School of Medicine. At UC Calgary, she's been focused particularly on Indigenous women athletics and athletes. Her honors project partners with the Indigenous Sports Council of Alberta and focuses on Indigenous female athletes. And she's been very focused on educating the faculty's labs about the prevalence of the female athlete triad, a health condition that's particularly prevalent among Indigenous women. Thank you for your insights here, Melissa, and good luck in your next part of your journey. Next, I'd like to ask Arib Karoum. Arib, could you stand and give us a wave? Thank you. Ariba is about to receive a Bachelor of Science in Mind Sciences with Kinesiology. He dived right in at University of Calgary, volunteering, it seems, for just about everything he could, including being the faculty rep to the Students' Union and receiving its Student Leadership Council Award. And despite all that, he still had time to volunteer for a Cummings School of Medicine project called PEMRAP, working with dozens of families at the Alberta Children's Hospital to enroll them in research studies. Thank you, Rep, for all you've done. I'd next like to acknowledge Adrian Mitchell. Adrian, could you stand and give us a wave? Okay. After 20 years in the energy sector, he found himself without work at the start of the pandemic, while his wife and a family physician was on the COVID front lines. So he enrolled here in the Master of Health Data Science and Analytics program, so he could rejoin the workforce that contributes to Alberta's economic diversification. Please join me in congratulating Adrian. Next, I'd like to ask Mason Foreman to rise. Mason? He is about to be awarded a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, but out of the classroom, he's also a star forward on the Dinos men's basketball team. And he's been helping Dinos Athletics engage with Indigenous ways of knowing for the past year. Out in the wider community, Mason has also been working with the Siksika Nation to promote and improve the inclusion of Indigenous peoples in sports. Thank you, Mason, for helping make our university and our teams more inclusive. Good luck in the next step. Lastly, I'd like to ask Rachel Nicol to rise. Rachel, could you rise and give us a wave? She's about to receive a Master of Kinesiology, and in some ways it's unfair to ask her to rise because she tends to be recognized after diving. She represented Canada in swimming at the Rio Summer Olympic Games, the Commonwealth Games, the Pan Am Games, World Championships, and the Pan Pacific Championships. Outside of athletics, her academic interests are focused on clinical and high-performance physiology. Congratulations, Rachel, and all the best. What I love most about coming to my job is coming to a great research university every day. I love great research universities because I love what they do. Since the first one began many centuries ago, they improve the world around them. They make it fairer, they make it healthier, more prosperous, and they see challenges and use their knowledge, their research, their scholars, and their students to make it better. I know that is what these students will do as they start the next phase of their lives. I know it is what all of you will do. And you are graduating into a world as uncertain as it has been in my lifetime, and you will help shape it. And I hope we've fulfilled our primary responsibility to equip you, our graduates, with the knowledge and skills to help you navigate these challenging, turbulent times. And I have every confidence that you will, because you already have. And again, I want to salute your resilience. I know you may at times have doubted you'd be here today, but you are, and you will cross this stage to start something new. To each and every one of you, my most sincere best wishes and my deepest congratulations. Well done.
Thank you, Dr. McCauley. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Penny Werthner, who will deliver the Convocation address. The university has a long history of high performance in the field of athletics. We are all proud Dinos at the varsity level, but we're also proud of our past involvement at the Olympic level. Purpose-built for the 1988 Winter Games, the Olympic Oval stands on campus as a symbol of excellence in human performance, something that the next speaker, Penny Werthner, can truly attest to. A former track and field Olympian and medalist at the Pan American and Commonwealth Games, Dr. Wurzner is a professor and the Dean of the Faculty of Kinesiology. She is one of Canada's most distinguished practitioners in the field of sports psychology, and her research interests include high-performance coaching based on social learning theory and heart rate bio and neurofeedback in athletic performance optimization. Having published dozens of peer-reviewed papers and book chapters on the topics, her contributions to the field have no doubt helped the faculty earn the #1 ranking for sports science in North America. Dr. Wurzner continues to serve as a sports psychology consultant for Canada's national and Olympic teams and is one of the founding members of the Canadian Association for the Advancement of Women and Sport and Physical Activity. Dr. Wurzner completed her graduate studies at the University of Ottawa, where she also served as Director and Associate Dean of the School of Human Kinetics for 12 years. Moving west to join us at Calgary in 2012, we're proud to have had her on our team for the past decade. She is recognized as one of the top 20 most influential women in sport and physical activity, and we're thrilled to have her as our Convocation speaker today. It's under her leadership that the Faculty of Kinesiology has reached its #1 ranking in North America 3 years in a row. Dr. Wurzner, I'm pleased to now invite you to address the University of Calgary graduating class of 2022.
Thank you very much. Honored guests, President and Vice Chancellor Macaulay, Chancellor Yedlin, faculty and staff, and all our graduating students and your families. It's my great honor to have served as your dean, the Dean of the Faculty of Kinesiology for the last 10 years, and those 10 years have really gone quickly. Maybe not every day, but most days. And I really want to thank our Chancellor, Deb Yedlin, for giving us, the 3 outgoing deans, a chance to say a few words at our respective convocations. And of course, after I said yes, and I thought, oh, what a terrific idea, thanks, Deborah, what an honor. And then I quickly thought, uh-oh, now I have to think of something profound, something interesting that you might want to hear. And that's not easy to do, I don't think. But here goes. So my life has always been linked somehow to sport and physical movement, first as a woman athlete, and then as someone advocating for girls' and women's place in sport and physical movement, as participants, as athletes, as decision makers, as leaders. And much of my life has been about 2 elements: being curious, asking questions, challenging why things are the way they are, and learning to be humble. So let me start back to the year when I was 5. No, I'm really just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go on that long. That was kind of a joke, but I didn't know how that would go over. So I'm not going to start when I was born or when I was 5. But rather, I'll tell you how I think being curious, asking questions, and working to be humble has been so important in my life. And I'll tell you a few brief stories to illustrate. So first, curiosity. I mean, what does that mean? It means, essentially a desire to learn something. And I think that's what we certainly try to do in all our educational institutions. But curiosity and asking questions to both understand what's going on and to challenge, so critical always. And as I'm sure you've heard many, many times over the last 2 years, perhaps never more important than in the times we're now living. Life always holds uncertainty and personal challenges for each of us, but certainly these last few years have been difficult for all of us, and certainly for you as students. And as we had our kinesiology luncheon today, I think it's fantastic. All our students in kinesiology and science and all our other faculties have successfully, in multiple different ways, navigated through these times. So proud of everything that you've done. So curiosity, perhaps I've always been curious, asking questions, particularly regarding why things are the way they are and how perhaps they could be different. People sometimes call that challenging the status quo. And early on in my life, many years ago, I questioned why women could not run distances longer than 800 or 1,500 meters in the Olympics. How ridiculous was that? Now, I know it's very different now, but That only changed for me in sort of mid-athletic career when I could actually run 1,500 meters in the Olympics. So thankfully, much of that has changed, and women, of course, can run ultra marathons, 10K marathons, etc. But it wasn't always the case. And curiosity in being part of organizing the very first National Women in Sport Conference was a long time ago. It was before I was old enough to rent a car, actually, and didn't even know that until we tried to rent a car, advocating for young girls and women in sport and physical movement. And why? Why? Because I had been lucky enough to have great experiences in playing sport. And I do mean lucky. I had a great coach, a skillful leader, who really enabled me to run faster than I ever thought was possible. And I lived firsthand the value of sport for health and for the idea of striving for excellence. And of course, that's important when we ensure the environment is inclusive and equitable. And we know in sport, with some of the stories that are out there now, particularly currently in high-performance sport, that's not always the case, but that's another story for another day. And then if I think of the element of humility, that state of being humble, grateful for what we have, not arrogant, I dare to say I was not always humble. I had to learn. I say that because the first part of my life as an athlete, running around in circles, and one of my first lessons in humility was running a race at a young age. I was pretty good, I'd never lost, and then I got beaten. And I was like, okay, I was really young, just to be clear, but I was like, wow, like I was unhappy, I was miserable, I was arrogant. I thought, and I really did think this, how dare someone beat me? Can you imagine? But luckily for me, so maybe these stories should actually be about luck or serendipity, but a wise individual had the skills, and I think I might say guts as well, to say to me, you know, you're not always going to win. You have to learn how to win graciously, and most importantly, lose graciously. I didn't like that lesson, but I learned humility in that moment. Maybe not quite in that moment, but I hope in not too long a period of time, and really became over time certainly a better athlete, and as a result, a better individual. Curious because I was not so curious perhaps as an undergrad student. I'd like to think I was much more curious as a graduate student, but I certainly was curious in my early years as an athlete. I competed for Canada in 800 and 1500, and I was driven to be, to try to be one of the best in the world, to try to be excellent. And who knows why that intrigued me, but it did. And as I progressed through injuries, through successes, through losses, I thought, how do I give myself to be the chance to be one of the best in the world? And other than the obvious, which is training hard and staying healthy, two critical pieces for sure. And at that time, going to Europe and training with some of the best was really the place to be. And so I figured out a way to do that with lots of help from significant individuals. We rarely succeed alone, if ever. But to go and live in Europe, training in a different and a much more demanding environment. And as I did that, I took my running career up another notch. And I continued to learn about humility because I really did come to understand that I might not ever be the very best in the world. I mean, that's what I was trying for. But I learned, and again, probably painfully and slowly, that it was okay to be the best that I could be. I know that's a cliche for sure, but I learned, as I learned that, there was a great peace and calmness in that. And one other sports story, if I may, that inevitably led in a very, I have here somewhat, but I think it was a very circuitous route to my research in the field of psychology, to becoming curious about how our mind works and how it directly influences our body, particularly physiologically in sport, but in so many different ways. And another story from my athletic career as a young athlete, I'd set a national record. It was a bit of a surprise, and I went into the trials for a Pan American Games. And at the line, seconds before the start, like literally, I had no awareness, no recognition until seconds before that gun went off, that I was actually visibly shaking. And I had this momentary thought, but the gun goes off, I run. I was so physically tight that it was horrendous and painful, and running for 2 minutes like that, not fun, as I know many of you know. But I did manage to still come second and qualify for the game, so lucky again. But later I thought and questioned myself, like, what was that? How did that happen, that I was actually physically shaking on the line? And you know, slowly, and I mean slowly again, over several weeks, months, I came to realize, I know we could probably all think, wow, slow learner here, but had affected me physically and physiologically. And because what was I thinking at that point, as a still relatively young athlete with not so much experience, I was thinking, I have to show everyone I'm good. I have to show everyone it wasn't a fluke that I ran that record. And as a result, I started to realize again that what we think are cognitively, our thoughts affect performance. Not such a revelation now, I know, to all of you, but at this time it was a little bit of that. And this understanding led me to the research in psychology and sport that I continue to do today. But the first step was really taking the time to step back and ask myself some hard questions and reflect deeply and think about what had happened. And then importantly, to act, to actually change something, and start to learn and explore and research how our thoughts affect us, sometimes in really effective ways and sometimes in not effective ways. And so at some point, my sport life concludes and the next part of life begins. And in research, as I think everyone here in this room knows, there's so many questions to explore. And so first I explored how we transition out of sport, because I had to do that, so based on my experience and many of my fellow athletes. And then second, I started to research in sport and in other performance domains and in education, how our mind is so influential. And then observing and asking questions about how one learns to actually be an excellent teacher, coach, leader. And as dean, you know, I'm so privileged to work with some of the very best academics, researchers, both within my faculty and at this university, that are the best in the world. And in sport, I'm still privileged sometimes to work with some of the best coaches. And I was really curious about how did they learn to become that, because I also worked with some coaches who were not very good and in some cases quite abusive. And so the question was, you know, how does one learn to be excellent? How do coaches, how do leaders, how do teachers learn to both challenge each of us and support us as human beings? And those questions, that curiosity, has led to so much great learning. How great, excellent coaches, leaders, et cetera, are always curious, always asking more questions, being open to learning more, and really developing that art of challenging and supporting an individual at the same time. And my last story, putting together all that I've learned from sport, from education, from observation, from deep reflection, into real practice as a dean, as a supervisor, as a colleague at this university. You know, I had spent quite a few years before I came to University of Calgary teaching about leadership, but teaching about something and actually doing it, two very different things. And so when the opportunity arose to put myself forward as a dean, especially in this beautiful city of Calgary, this terrific university with such wonderful students, and professors, I thought, well, now I have the opportunity to put into action what I was teaching around leadership, around ethical use of power, about effective decision-making, about creating an environment for everyone, for staff, for students, for faculty, that is both challenging and supportive, that's inclusive, that's equitable, that's collaborative and caring. And the second cliche is, way easier to teach about something than actually do it. So lots of challenges along the journey, but it's been the best. So these very few brief stories to illustrate why I suggest to you, certainly as students, but to everyone in the room, challenge you to keep that curiosity that you've developed in your education to date, to remain restlessly curious, to ask lots of questions, and also, importantly, listen to understand the other person. Everyone has a story, and everyone faces challenges that we may and often don't know much about until we actually listen. And be humble and kind. I think there's a country song by that name by Tim McGraw. Each one of us has wonderful things to offer to this world. So I leave you with remain curious, be humble, and then also relax and let life unfold, because it will inevitably. And I would not be the Dean of Kinesiology at this great university without ending by, keep moving, keep playing, and bring lots of other people along with you. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chancellor Yedlin, for asking me to do this, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Dr. Werthner, and I just want to add to your remarks, I want to thank you for challenging the status quo on behalf of women in sport, because as someone who is of a certain vintage, we were restricted in terms of what was available to us in terms of participating in sports, and now the field is just so much wider. Of course, I really wanted to be a football player. Wide receiver, there was a guy named George McGowan that played for the Edmonton Eskimos, number 76. He was amazing. Anyway, he was my idol. But what I wanted to say, more important, stop laughing. More important in your message was the importance of awareness. And that's how it informs how we interact with people and how we form our relationships. And that whole idea of challenge and support is about awareness and how we can translate that into really connecting with the people that we work with, that we coach, that we teach, and that we live with in our everyday lives. So I really want to thank you for your remarks. They really resonated with me, as I'm sure they did with everybody else. So thank you.
Eminent Chancellor and Mr. President, on behalf of the faculties of the university, I present these graduands and those named in the Convocation program who are not in attendance at the ceremony today. I ask that they be pledged and admitted to the University of Calgary degrees that they have earned.
As a graduate of this university, you join a worldwide kinship of educated persons who have earned opportunities and responsibilities of leadership and service in their chosen communities. To recognize this affinity, we invite each graduate to stand and join with the thousands who have gone before in making the University of Calgary's graduate pledge. Could you please stand? The pledge is not an oath, but is a solemn expression of your intention to apply your learning and experience positively for the widest benefit. I invite all past graduates of the University of Calgary in the audience and on the stage, could you please stand to support these newest University of Calgary alumni by also standing and affirming a graduate's obligations and ideals. Could our former graduates of the University of Calgary please stand? It is now my pleasure to introduce our distinguished graduate, Holly Singer, to lead the graduate pledge. Holly started making candles in her kitchen in 2014 as a way to get in touch with her creative side. After a year of making candles as a craft for herself and friends, paired with feeling that her career path was not meeting her desire to help people, Holly came up with the idea of Milk Jar, a company that blended her love of creativity and passion for lifting up and giving back to the disability community. 5 years later, Milk Jar has become a household name in Calgary that's been regarded for their yearly donations to nonprofit programs that support disabled people in Alberta, all while being a role model for inclusive employment. Holly was recognized in 2021 as one of Avenue Magazine's top 40 under 40 and recently joined UCalgary's Alumni Built Business Directory. Please join me in welcoming Holly Singer.
Thank you. Before I say the graduates pledge, I just want to say that you guys look amazing. And you guys should be so proud of yourselves. It was about 10 years ago, I think to this day almost, I was sitting right there. Super excited that I didn't have to write any more late night papers, but also pretty nervous because I really didn't know what I was doing with my life. So just a little bit of word of advice for you all. If you maybe have a plan for what you're doing after, or maybe you don't, that is okay either way. Just make sure that you focus on progress, not perfection in anything you do in life. If you focus on perfection, you'll never be able to get anything off the ground. But if you focus on big steps of progress or baby steps of progress, eventually you'll lead to perfection in your life. Graduands, also, if any of you need mentorship, please find my email and send me an email. Graduands, I will now lead you in the graduate pledge on the inside back cover of your program. Please follow along and also read aloud. When we finish, you will all say along with me, "This is my pledge." As a graduate of the University of Calgary, wherever my life may take me, I will use my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability for the well-being of my communities and for the advancement of learning and the public good. I will conduct myself with honesty and integrity, taking responsibility for my actions and respecting the rights, opinions, and dignity of all peoples. I will maintain my competency and keep abreast of developments in my chosen fields. I will strive to better my communities through good citizenship and active participation. I will be a loyal ambassador for my university and will seek to promote its welfare and maintain its reputation. I will honor all who have shared their knowledge with me and will, in my turn, share my knowledge and experience with those who enter my field or come under my direction. In all my dealings, I will endeavor to be known as a person of honor and repute, ever seeking to earn the peace of good conscience. This is my pledge.
By the authority of the statutes of Alberta and upon the recommendation of our faculties, I admit you to the University of Calgary degrees you have earned and grant you the rights and privileges, powers and responsibilities pertaining to those degrees. Congratulations, you've done it. You're University of Calgary graduates. Now all you have to do is cross the stage, maybe get embarrassed a little bit, and have us support you as you join the UCalgary alumni family.
Good afternoon. My name is Michelle Dreffs. I'm the Associate Dean, Student Experience with the Faculty of Graduate Studies, and it's my honor to be standing in today for our Dean and Vice Provost Graduate Studies, Dr. Robin Yates, who couldn't be here today due to illness. During their time at the University of Calgary, graduate students not only acquire knowledge through their own learning, they distribute knowledge through teaching, mobilize and translate knowledge through interactions with the community and industry, and, most notably, they create new knowledge through their original research. Now, more than ever, we need new knowledge. We need innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders in every discipline and in every profession. Graduates, you are posed to make a difference in these challenging times. Whilst all graduate students are registered with the Faculty of Graduate Studies, their academic homes are in their Faculty of Study. As such, it gives me great pleasure to join my colleagues from the Faculties of Kinesiology and Science and my colleague from the Faculty of Graduate Studies, Dr. Donna Marie McCafferty, to honor the recipients of graduate credentials here today. Eminent Chancellor, by the authority of the Council of Graduate Studies, we have the honor to present the following graduates.
For the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Arash Kasi Tarash. Gauri Deshpande. Congratulations. Matthew Vernon Eade. Emmanuel Ikena Onu. Charles Sam. Luis Acosta. Masters of Science, Masters of Data Science and Analytics. Jailing Kai. Alessandro Ilashanro. Diapolito. Aaron Freeland. Guldeep Kaur. Svetlana Kramer. Zhenyu Li. Zhan Lin. Shabas Masi. Rachel Nguyen. Jamie Owen. Andreas Sanusi. Thomas Wojcik. Flora Yang. For the degree Master of Kinesiology, Kevin Tyler Bailey. Kyra Christine Besson. Emma Allison Curl. Christina Pinule Ingram. Neil Austin LeMay. Koki Nagai. Rachel Elise Esther Nicole. Jesse Eugene Oswald. Christina Sadowski. Gabriel Andres Venegas Silva. For the degree Master of Science, Chahal Arora. For the degree Master of Mathematics and Statistics, Samuel Ayode Babatundi. For the degree Master of Science, Prasanth Balaji. Benjamin Bashari. Mary Timibi Essen. Do I say these? No. Farane Bayati. For the degree Master of Science, Patrick Castillo Lagasa. Do you have to do this, Adrian? Zishi Lee. Yuting Liu. Samantha Jane Mackey. Yvonne Chioma Melafonu. Ryan Raymond Miller. Jean Nui. Colton Patrick Quinn. Sareen Raman. Saper Sabur. Brandon Siu. Catherine Tremblay. Simrat Verma. Chen Kang Wang. Paji Madeleine Wyatt. Sung Ukam. Eminent Chancellor, that is the graduating class of 2022 from the Faculty of Graduate Studies.
Thank you. I get to talk again. Okay, maybe just for 15 minutes or so. No. I will just say a few brief words that congratulations as Dean of the Faculty of Kinesiology to all our graduating students from graduate school to our undergrads. It has been such a privilege to have you with us through, as we know, very difficult times. So good on you. We at the faculty, all our staff, wish you the very best and ask you to for sure stay in touch with us and let us know how you're doing and what you're doing, but most importantly, how you're doing. Eminent Chancellor, by the authority of the Council of the Faculty of Kinesiology, we have the honor to present the following graduates.
For the Bachelor of Kinesiology, Surah Al-Saket. Rebecca Jamie Atkinson, with distinction. Aidan Solomon Backus. Joshua Ballerin, with distinction. Jesse Cockney, with distinction. Emily Cook, with distinction. Rudy DeWall. Emily Gushlak, with distinction. And, an embedded certificate in leadership studies. Majid Hakawata, with distinction. Emily Huang. Chloe Greer Johnson, with distinction, and a Bachelor of Commerce with distinction. Hannah Devon Johnson, with distinction, and a Bachelor of Commerce with distinction. Jeffrey Ramos Lacuyan. Paige Miller, with distinction. Maria Retiko-Sovac, with distinction. Julie Saint Amand, Combined Program, Bachelor of Kinesiology in Kinesiology, Bachelor of Commerce, Cooperative Education Program. Rachel Tamigami, with distinction. Ryan Lee Thomas. Michael Na Thorpe, Bachelor of Kinesiology with distinction, and a major in Kinesiology Embedded Certificate of Leadership Studies. Todd Vanderlind. Nicole Wakulich, distinction and an embedded certificate in leadership studies. Rebecca Ann Will. Bachelor of Kinesiology Honors in Kinesiology degree. Jenna Brianna McGrath, Combined Program, Bachelor of Arts in Dance with distinction, Bachelor of Kinesiology Honors in Kinesiology, first class. Melissa McElroy, with first class. Ilan Thuk Ann Nugent, first class. Anna Pham, Bachelor of Kinesiology Honors in Leadership, Pedagogy, and Coaching, first class. Christopher Allen Haddock, Bachelor of Kinesiology in Leadership, Pedagogy, and Coaching. David Carl McNeish, also Leadership in Pedagogy and Coaching. Fiona Mary Afric McGill, Bachelor of Kinesiology and Mind Sciences with distinction. Jalen Christopher Story, with distinction in Mind Sciences. Sharon Mi Chi Wu, with distinction. Bachelor of Science Honors in Biomechanics, Marina Chulo. Nina Pavlovich, first class. Emily Marie Smith, first class. Matson Tulak, first class. Bachelor of Science Honors in Biomechanics, Evan Anthony Suchili, first class. Kelly, sorry. Emma Louise Codwell, with distinction. Emily May Mundinger. Usula Sarissa Raji, with distinction. Dianella Lucia Rivero. Claire Juno Rothcliffe, with distinction. Kelly Shi Shang. For a Bachelor of Science Honors in Exercise and Health Physiology, Eric James Ankovich. Are you ready? First class. James Basic, first class. Yeah. Bobby Eileen Bedard, first class. Chantel Lacey Vogel, first class. Aria Reese Weatherall, first class. Abdul Al-Sharal, first class. Al-Shawala. Yusor Awad, first class. Sorry, with distinction. Allison Marie Beveridge. Annalise Bourgeois, with distinction. Sarah Lynn Byrne, with distinction. Widowat Sharoneski, with distinction. Didn't get it. Benjamin Fletcher Darby, with distinction. Brittany Lillian Dunroach, with distinction. Dongha Brian Kim, with distinction. Omar Ki Nawawi, with distinction. Kennedy Joyce Claudine Lang, with distinction. Devi Lal, with distinction. Samantha Loke, with distinction. Shane Thomas Magnuson Benoit, with distinction. Bachelor of Science in Exercise and Health Physiology, Emmanuel Olafami Olapad, with distinction. David Austin Richardson, with distinction. Joshua Jerry Schultz, with distinction. Schwetz, sorry. Megan Danielle Violi, with distinction. Ali Sahad Arafat, with first class. Bachelor of Science, honors. Jordan Alexander King, Bachelor of Science, honors, first class. Selena Ratana, first class, honors. Abby McKenna Young, Bachelor of Science, honors, first class. Nawajan Abugali, the Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, with distinction. Nicholas Ang. Satasha Francis Anklovich, Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Nick Mulati Ukino. Mitch Igo Arviello, Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, with distinction. Kenyu Ashida Chen, with distinction. Jack Clayton Bannister, with distinction. Samantha Quinn Balaha, with distinction. Paige Michaela Ferrero Boulder, with distinction. Krupa Rashi Brahma, with Navit Singh Bar with distinction. Cara Eden Burnell with distinction. Nadine Dion Burdette with distinction. Michaela Erin Kalma with distinction. Jessica Lee Carter. Abigail Margaret Chan with distinction. Julie Chen. Yen Shen. Jessica Choi with distinction. UC Choi, Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Anna Jade Cooper. Adrielle Doholi with distinction. I love you too. Rachel Dell Demers with distinction. Jessica Duong with distinction. Jordan Duong with distinction. Duong. Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Embedded Certificate in Mental Wellbeing and Resilience. Wait, Kate. Kate Elizabeth Durham. Alicia Jordan Ize with distinction. Eisen. Jessica Wing Hang Fan. Tamasha Fernando with distinction. Mason Matthew Foreman. Severin Harry Fox, Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology with distinction. Micah Grenlow with distinction. Joel Mengestu Hallie Marina with distinction. Lily Hawaii Han with distinction. Natalie Kathleen Holm with distinction. Caitlin Ann Holloway with distinction. Lauren Grace Houston with distinction. Holly Kai Hong with distinction. Carmen Ann Ing with distinction. Disha Kai with distinction. Namshivi Kanwar. Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology with distinction, Kamran Kara. Megan Georgia Cardosi with distinction. Emily Kai with distinction. Claire Elizabeth Kincaid. Maya Corserud with distinction. Chelsea Guillet Lee with distinction. Maya Catherine Lee with distinction. Reese Lehman with distinction. Jessica Yi K. Liu. Daniel Sontu Lee with distinction. Aidan Andrew McDonald, with distinction. Madison Claire McDougall, with distinction. Alana May Madrid. Brianna Hope Maughan, with distinction. Mohan. Sheridan Brooke Miller, with distinction. Jovir Nagra, with distinction. Seifu Neye, with distinction. Emmy Louise Norman, in Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Amanda Grace Ostermeyer. Michael Christopher Passis, with distinction. Passis. Pajel. Marissa Christie Pajel, with distinction. Leanne Polochuk, with distinction. Derek George Pritchard, with distinction. Anita Elizabeth Platts, with distinction. Samantha Gail Linnea Playfair, with distinction. Michaela Albertine Ray. Nagar Reike, with distinction. Aspen Ranger, with distinction. Jasmine Catherine Ross. Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology with distinction, embedded certificate in Leadership Studies. Harveen Kaur Sani. Hannah Esther Schnittman. Berlin Averell Susella, with distinction. Osway Siddiqui, with distinction. Binmandeep Singh, with distinction. Tegan May Smith, with distinction. Erin Stephanie Toshnik. Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology with distinction, Madeline Trimmer. Sydney K. Trin, with distinction. Marina Wanis, with distinction. Alice Wong, with distinction. Katrina Alish Ray, with distinction. Lian Kuing Thing Jung, with distinction. I've been practicing this name. Jen Zhao, with distinction. Gavin Zhao. Bachelor of Science Honors in Mind Sciences in Kinesiology, Rebecca Kathleen John, first class. Urjit Lodha, with first class. Rowan Kaylee Van Russel, first class. Nicola Jade Walker, first class. Valera Acosta, with distinction, Bachelor of Science in Mind Sciences. Cole Ryan Belway, with distinction. Yael Berkovich, Amber Lee Chan. Amrit Kaur Dhaliwal, Bachelor of Science in Mind Science and Kinesiology with distinction. Emily Allison Gretton with distinction. Selena Handona Ha with distinction. Julianne Osinia. Arib Amir Kuyen, Bachelor of Science in Mind Science and Kinesiology with distinction. Bachelor of Science, a major in Mind Sciences, Samantha Samathambi. Ravarshi Rachel Sorara with distinction. Jordan Marie Shaw with distinction. Caroline Ting with distinction. Matthew Ronald Wong. Iyat Mohammed Zaruk with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, that is the graduating class of 2022 from the Faculty of Kinesiology. Thank you.
Good morning. Well, after all that, I don't know how science is going to keep up, but we are going to do it. So good morning, I guess it's good afternoon. So thank you, the President, the Provost, Chancellor, parents, guests, but most importantly, our graduates. Most of you have been here, or all of you have been here more than I have. So those of you who don't know me yet, I am the Dean of Science. My name is Dr. Kristen Bates. And I'm so happy to be here today in person to celebrate this huge milestone. Congratulations, you are the class of science, the class of 2022. You have faced so many challenges, especially these last 2 years. You have faced probably the hardest 2 years in your life, but the most important thing you should know is you have succeeded. From the isolation and changes in rules and how we live, how we socialize, to transitioning to a completely new way of learning, you have done outstanding. You have succeeded, you have thrived, and I'm proud of your accomplishments. And I gotta tell you, if you can do this, you can do anything. And that is because you are scientists. From this day forward, you will always be scientists. And I hope the time you've been with us has allowed you to discover truly what you are passionate about. And while some of you know what you're going to do next, others not. And I want to tell you that is completely okay, because you are at the beginning of an amazing journey. And it's not a race to the end. It is the time to really explore. And you come from different disciplines, different departments, different backgrounds, but you're gonna start this journey together to pursue your passions, to become leaders in the community, and to serve our community, because that is what scientists do. You use science to innovate, to disrupt, to solve the world's greatest challenges. You use science to change lives. That's what scientists do. So on behalf of the Faculty of Science, congratulations and welcome to your new family, because you are now alumni of a community of over 25,000 science graduates from around the world. You will do great things. Eminent Chancellor, by the authority of the Council of Faculty of Science, we have the honor to present to you the following amazing graduates of the class of 2022.
For the degree Bachelor's of Science Honors in Actuarial Science, Garrett Dougal McNally. Sefer Agayan. Levon Arden. Harrison Paul Richard Brown. Wentao Chen. Ella Simone Charpentier. FIFA Indijero. Also for the degree Bachelor of Commerce. For the degree Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science, Ciara Shannon Foster. Tasneem Hanan. Catherine McGilvray. Donald Murati with distinction. Ria Kuhiran Shaw. Stanley Shi. Suvan Mani Upadhyay. Nicole Hope Y. Chi Wostradowski with distinction. For the Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics, Anthony Nguyen. For the Bachelor of Science Honors in Computer Science, Colin O'Young, first class. Abraham Boferris, first class. Kylie Carlson, first class. Albert Youngjun Chua, first class. Nathaniel Habtiger Gesa, first class. Micah James Peacock. Nikita Tripathi, first class. Ishan Vyas, first class. Cole Adams, with distinction. Francesca Marie Santos Adriano. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Mona Ak, with distinction. Mohammed Al-Sharbati. Sultan Arafat. Jorge Luis Avila. Adil Rahim Balu. Also for Bachelor's BA in Economics. Mirella Julian San Jose Carlos. Navroop Singh Chahal. Mohammed Kehir Chama, combined program for the Bachelor of Science in Biological Science and the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Humble Makbul Chowdhury, with distinction. Anna Chakowska, for the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Richard Zhu Wing Chow with distinction. Oh, combined with the Bachelors of Science honors in Geophysics. Cody Clark. Sebastian Collard. Yasmin Alicia May Cronin. Karmveer Singh Daliwal. Marcello Di Benetto, with distinction. Brian Dew. Stephen Patrick Andrew Ferguson. Justin Carlos Sampson Flores, with distinction. Alan Chung Yu Fung. Savra Gavasia, with distinction. Wild Alexander Guevara. Hockley, Devin Clifford James Hockley. Parser Honormand. Jacob Alvin George Huber. Jan Jelinek. Luke D. Arimadze. Munjo Singh Kangura, with distinction. Jake Kurtz. Kel Larson. Jeffrey Curtis Layton, combined programs with the Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering with distinction, and Bachelor of Science Computer Science with distinction. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Sophia Lee. Kevin Manway Lee. Abigail Chantel Lefranc, also for the Bachelor of Arts in East Asian Language Studies. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Boxiao Li. Shud Li. Xian Liao. Brandon Liu, with distinction. Cassandra Louis. Benjamin Guy Mackay. Edward D. Ma. Tyler James Ma. Guren Mangut. Robert William McCurdy. Simone Mendonça. Benedict Ong Mendoza. Lachlan Wallace Moore. Kamalpreet Singh Mundi. Shazan Murad Ali, with distinction. Sohab Nabil. Richard Norman. Olufunke Elizabeth Ogunmefen. Prit Dixit Patel. Triliok Kamlesh Kumar Patel. Igor Peters. Thank you. Riley Jacob Pup with distinction. Tariq Rahmani for the Bachelor of Computer Science and General Mathematics. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Christopher Daniel Rodriguez. Manuel Rodriguez. Shaina May Rosnell with distinction. Muhammad Sadan with distinction. Ace Janmar Saspa. Ramanta Nadif Satriana. Parker Alexander Siroshka. Jacob Stanich with distinction. Dylan Evans Stewart. Kevin Sunqua Mills with distinction. Matthew Lee Tamke, also for the Bachelor of Commerce. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Dora Tan. Tiffany Tang with distinction. Frank Tat. Minnie Tai, also for the Bachelor of Commerce. Yep. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Nielsen Trung. Zachary Ime Odamorin. Nicholas Urrego Guasca. Dylan James Wheeler with distinction. Everest Wild. Ann Duke Tran. Braden Scott Wilms with distinction. Evan Wong. Eric Yu Leung Wu. Ahmed Zaran. Betty Hu Xing Zhang for the Bachelors of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Commerce in Accounting, both with distinction. For the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Jessie Zheng. Michael Lim for the Bachelor of Science in General Math and a Bachelor in Education. For the Bachelor of Science in General Mathematics, Alexandra Isabella Saliba. Livia Soika with distinction. Sean Tik Shu Tan. For the Bachelor of Science, Honors in Geology, Dan Jacob Ilg with first class. Rebecca Nudungne, first class. Gosem Majid Alathi. Patrick Louis Apuzzo. Braden Armstrong. Heewon Chang. Sophia Marina Kikoi Ajo. Aaron Raymond Irving. Jinmo Kim. Christine May Santos for combined program Bachelor's in Science in Geology and in Geophysics. Isaiah Veneste. For the Bachelor of Science in Geology, Bryden Lee Waldschmidt. For the Bachelor in Science Honors in Geophysics, Victoria Rabchuk. Mohammed Fazli bin Latib with distinction. Jacob Peter Mish with distinction. For the Bachelor of Science Honors in Mathematics, First Class, Kyra Lily Sobolewski. Janelle Alexandra Weeb, First Class. Milon Karen. Yubin Kim. Stephen La. Isa Bangsoya Soyao Lumpio. For the combined Bachelors of Science in Mathematics with distinction, Bachelors of Science in Biological Sciences with distinction, Harmeet Kaur Minhas. For the Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Vu Huang Nguyen. For the combined program Bachelors of Science in Mathematics and Bachelor of Arts in Economics, Gemaloluya Ayobami Otegbade. For the Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Matthew Robert Perry. Tanvira Zulkaznine Roman. Umrit Singh Sagni. Kevin Chumasi. Jeffrey Yang. Tess Paula Hazel Kelly Saharachuk. King Wen Zhang. For the Bachelor of Science in Physics, Utsa Potter. For the Bachelor of Science in Pure Mathematics, Drew David DeBurr. For the Bachelor of Science in Statistics, Rebecca Gucci with distinction. For the Bachelor of Science in Statistics, Michael Ifaturoti. For the Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Hema Sage Thanku. Eminent Chancellor, that is the graduating class of 2022 from the Faculty of Science. Thank you.
This ceremony is first and foremost a celebration of your success. And clearly, this is an impressive group. But we're now at the point in the ceremony where we honor some of our graduates for special recognition. Students who have excelled in their studies to the point where they are singled out as a medal winner. The details of the medals we're awarding at this ceremony and the names of the medal winners appear on page 49. Eminent Chancellor, it's my honor to present to you, the President, the Platform Party, graduates, and everyone else assembled here today, the following medal winners. Our first award winner is the recipient of the Faculty of Kinesiology Gold Medal, Maya Lee. Maya is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. During her studies, Maya was a mainstay on the University of Calgary Dinos women's soccer team and contributed to a 2019 Canada West Championship. As a student athlete, she's a 5-time academic All-Canadian and 2-time recipient of the Calgary Booster Club Award. In the community, Maya finds joy coaching soccer and volunteering with the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization. Following graduation, Maya is excited to intern at the Canada Sport Institute as she looks to pursue a career in physiotherapy. Congratulations. Next, the recipient of the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Alberta Past President's Gold Medal is awarded to the following graduate. For geophysics, Richard Chow. And the recipient of the Faculty of Science Silver Medallion in the Department of Computer Science, Braden Wilms. Congratulations.
Thank you to everyone here this afternoon for attending this convocation ceremony and supporting our graduates. I know it's been an inspiring afternoon for all of us, and it's been such a pleasure to see so many accomplished graduates cross the stage. I'd like to thank our esteemed faculties of graduate studies, kinesiology, and science, and thank you especially to Dean Worthner for your inspiring speech and for all the work that you've done to open doors for women in sport. Congratulations to our medal winners, to Maya, Richard, Georgia, Braden. Our convocation ceremony was accompanied by music thanks to some very talented individuals. I'd like to thank the Calgary Jazz Combo, our piper, Alf Miller, who wanted me to mention that he played a different tune as we walked in this afternoon. It's called At Long Last, and it was a recent pipe tune composed by an Ontario piper after many years of working hard toward that goal. I'd like to thank Rod Hunter for the honor song and Lindsay Kurtz for the singing of the national anthem. I'd like to thank as well our distinguished graduate Holly Singer for leading our graduate pledge and for allowing graduates or inviting graduates to contact her as they seek mentorship for their future journeys. You might be surprised at how busy you will end up being. And a special thank you to all the faculty, staff, and volunteers who have worked so hard behind the scenes to make today's convocation ceremony unfold smoothly. To our graduates, Throughout this ceremony, we have recognized your years of dedication and commitment to your studies and extracurricular activities. You've worked hard, and we're so proud of all that you've accomplished. So today is your day of celebration, and yes, it is all about you. You are now officially University of Calgary graduates. This is a distinction you will carry proudly with you for the rest of your lives. And it's wonderful to think about it in the context that this is the first convocation with family and friends since 2019. So please remember this day, take a lot of pictures, and please print a few of them out. Don't leave them on your phones. One housekeeping note before we depart, I would like to ask graduates to please exit from the floor, up the bleacher stairs to the track level after the academic and platform parties make their way to the back of the gym. All audience guests, please remain in your seats until the procession is over, and you may then join your graduates upstairs. I declare this convocation closed. Please stand for the departure of our processions.